So I've had an overwhelming amount of absolutely nobody asking my opinion on what I thought of the new Harry Potter trailer, but I'm going to give it anyway. I think visually this series is going to be stunning. I think the shots that they have of Hogwarts, that we see of the Hogwarts Express, Hagrid walking through the forest and taking the students with, everything just looks amazing. I like that we're going to see very specific book parts that we didn't get to see in the movies that I feel like change his journey a little bit. And if we get to see that in the show, I think people will understand a little bit more of where Harry comes from, as far as even his distaste for the Dursleys, right? We don't get to see enough of that. Some of the other things I like that we get to see Ollivander, Hagrid, Snape, Dumbledore, McGonagall, like seeing those main characters. We get to see the Dursleys, we get to see Dudley's friends at school, we get to see Harry in regular school, which is an amazing thing to see. We get to see the Weasleys, Hermione, like all of it looks amazing. We even got a little glimpse of Hedwig. I'm very excited. I know a big hot take that people had is that they didn't think that Petunia, I think it was specifically Petunia and Snape, didn't look old enough. If I remember correctly from the books, they were only supposed to be like early 30s, right? They weren't supposed to be super old. That's where we get our kind of idea of what they're supposed to look like from the movies, and we just need to get past that. We need to have this be its own thing. Now there's the common hang up of, okay, what about the casting of Snape? Like this part of the story, especially, you know, the concern being when Ron is looking at the only black professor in Hogwarts and going, he looks shifty. I think he's the one stealing from Dumbledore. Like, I'm intrigued to see how they adjust that, because that could have some implications that we don't really need or want in this series. But if we're gonna take the shot on this actor who is taking this, like, and let me be honest, he is taking a heavy burden being Snape, right? It is nothing to do with the actor of how this goes. It is strictly to do with the casting choice, that the story might muddy some things up, and I'm a little nervous about it. I am actually excited to see his take on Snape. I hope he does well. I hope the story flows well. I just don't want it to be that every time he's on screen, it be some type of roadblock because of how the dialogue worked in the actual story. Overall, I'm very excited, very, very excited. And I thought we had like another year to wait for this. This is coming out in Christmas of this year. That is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait. And the last thing I want to say, and I wasn't going to say anything about it, so this is kind of off the cuff here. People saying, not my Harry Potter, not my series, not my story. This version of Harry Potter is not meant to be an introduction for a reintroduction for the people who know the story and watch the movies. This is supposed to be an adaptation of the books, but also meant for our kids to experience the magic in real time like we got to experience it in the theaters. And with that, I hope breeds a whole new fan base for the story of Harry Potter. Regardless of how terrible the author is, we won't even touch that, except for that moment. But I am very excited. This is our Harry Potter. This is our Hermione. This is our Ron. I just hope everything else goes well. My concern is we've seen series canceled before after one season, so best of luck, guys. I hope everything goes well, and I'll be here watching every second of it.